Welcome to the Maven Marketing Podcast. Today is Maven Monday. I'm your host, Brandon Welch, and I'm joined by Caleb. Why did the Chiefs lose, Agee?
Offensive line can't handle it. Or I should say maybe the defensive line for the Eagles
The D-line
was formidable.
Did you see their average height and weight?
Yeah, it was
6'4" and 300 something pounds.
Yeah,
it's like
that was the game.
There you go.
That was it right there.
That was it.
There were other things, but
that
shame. Was the biggest one for sure.
If you don't know, the Maven Marketing Podcast is filmed in Chiefs country, and we are proud.
Yeah, a lot of heads
constituents of
held
Chiefs
low in this area today.
Ain't no good vibes going up here this morning. And hey, for the first time ever, we are actually recording on a Monday morning because
almost live. We should have gone live.
We should have gone live. Do it live.
We're not good enough for that.
We couldn't do this topic without last night's ads. And we are going to explore how to make your ads, possibly your local ads or your regional ads, or maybe your national ads, more like Super Bowl ads. We all know there's a gazillion dollars spent on the talent and the time to put in Super Bowl, and those seem like the pinnacle of advertising, and in some ways they are.
Yeah.
And there's obviously big Hollywood production, and there's no limit to the resources offered there. But believe it or not, you could do 80 to 90% of what's making those Super Bowl ads just with some better writing and some better strategy behind them. So we're going to break down 3 principles for you today. It's going to be a short episode.
Yeah.
But our hope is that you take this forward into your ads, maybe your websites, maybe your Facebook and social media, and we want to make you better.
It's going to be a little fun because we enjoy watching good ads.
Yeah, this is like I don't know, the Olympics for advertising.
Yeah,
it's like the Super Bowl for advertising.
Wait a second. By the way, if you're with NFL, we are not selling anything today. We are not in violation of your Super Bowl trademark ads. So we can say that because we're not selling anything. All right.
We'll see if we still get a letter. So, hey, I don't think I reminded everybody this is the place where we answer your real life marketing questions so you can grow your business, eliminate advertising, and achieve the big dream. And that's why we do this, and that is why we're not selling anything. This is part of a mission for us. Yes, we have an ad agency, but we put hours and hours and thousands of dollars every week into these podcasts just so we can make the world of entrepreneurs better. And that is our gift, that is our mission, that is our calling in this space. And so without further ado, let's go through the 3 principles. Number one
is avoid all that is predictable.
That is probably the number one thing that makes a ad look quote unquote local or quote unquote national. The big brands somehow know, hey, our brand and our product probably at this second is not interesting. People are not thinking about XYZ. Not even, even the food brands do it, are good at this. But they're definitely not thinking about insurance. They're definitely not thinking about buying a new car. So they have to do something that is not predictable in order to buy your attention.
Yes, that's exactly right. And I think what you instantly notice, maybe the production value is a thing on a local ad. You can tell when the local spots start playing. I don't know if you knew that, but there are mostly national ad slots, but then there's like little pockets of local ads where you get the local programming. And as soon as those show up, you're like, oh, okay. There's like the guy sitting in his office in front of like the standard desk with you're like, oh, that attorney is going to start talking to me again.
About attorney stuff. But I will say, I actually saw a couple that were really well done in lighting and good production quality. The thing that gives it away to me is that they immediately start talking about their stupid product. And they may be the best in the world. And the people that are, in those ads, and we had some advertisers, on yesterday, they are the best at what they do locally. But the ones that go straight in and be like, hi, I'm Tommy with Tommy's Roofing. And when you call Tommy's Roofing, you get the best quality and the best service. And it's like, it's not even raining outside. There's exactly 0 people who want to know about Tommy and Tommy's Roofing. Now, Tommy jumps in and he's doing something wild and funny and wacky. You've got my attention. And more importantly, the only reason, in my opinion, to spend more on Super Bowl ads is because of the social capital that you can ignite in the room, because those are audiences that are that are trying to talk about ads, and that's a very rare thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Half the people in the room are also excited about the commercial break.
Right. And that's right. And so
And never
it's active.
Never ever in TV time is that ever true.
They're begging to be entertained.
Yes.
And so entertain them, or else you've spent like 3 to 4 times the CPM to reach, yes, it's a big audience, but dollar for dollar, don't spend that extra money unless you're going to give them a reason to talk about you and have that bounce off the walls and draw some sort of an emotional response. So one hack for making your stuff unpredictable is just to wait before you reveal the product. Like bring them into a storyline. A lot of the ads you saw did stuff that was unpredictable. Maybe the product was visible, but it just
like, where are we? What are we doing?
Yes.
I don't even know what's going on. It's just craziness.
And no pun intended for the ad that we're going to show you, but your goal is to drop somebody off in the random spot in the universe and then use creativity to bring it back to your product.
That's right.
Tom Robbins said all things in the universe are connected. It's just a matter of using our imagination to reconnect them or to find the paths. And that's what you want to do. Don't allow yourself to start talking about your product subject matter. Do anything else but that, okay?
Yeah.
And our friends from this organization are going to show us how to do that.
All right.
UFO detected.
Come on, man! Dorito. Yeah.
Amazing.
They never told me why I should buy that product. No. They weren't talking about the cheesy layers or any of the features of the corn chip or anything like that. And the lesson there is sometimes just be memorable without trying to put your features. Certainly when the stakes are high for entertainment in Super Bowl, but I would argue do that all the time.
Yeah. If you were on audio only, by the way, the ad was a Doritos commercial, in case you didn't hear it at the end. But they literally, there's like a spotlight that comes in. It starts to try to, like a tractor beam that's grabbing the Doritos bag, and the guy is fighting, and it's throwing him all over the room. And then he finally lets go, and it shoots straight through the UFO that's pulling it in and blows it up. And so they also kind of make the product the hero, or you kind of expect them just to pull it in, would have been the predictable thing to do.
Yes.
And then the aliens eating it. No, it blows up the thing. Why not? Just throw an explosion in there.
Yes.
Just
explosions and special effects, if you can do them, if you can pull them off, by all means, that's a great way. But maybe you're sitting here going, well, I don't have that kind of production budget. I don't have a tractor beam or anything like that. Dude, just wait before you reveal the product.
Yeah.
Hexclad did a great job of that. And, they used aliens, but they didn't. They could have done a number of things. It's like 30 seconds in before they reveal it's a Hexclad frying pan. Stella Artois did that with the beer. The other David. And it's like there's a storyline going on. And it's like at the very end, they were like, "Oh, you like Stella? Yeah, you drink Stella too." It's like, yeah, I have good taste, right? Good taste. GoDaddy does this whole thing about we don't know what we're doing, and they do a lot of extreme examples. And the reveal is you don't have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
To build a website, right? So have restraint. You can do a skit before. You can just that's one way of disrupting predictability. The other ways could be just your pacing and your meter and your cuts and your ads. Like, don't ever let them know, oh, I'm in an ad. David Ogilvy said, make your ads too valuable to throw away or too valuable to ignore. And entertainment is attention value. Is valuable, right?
The thing you do not want to do is give it away in the first 2 seconds.
For the love of all of it, don't be standing in front of your truck saying, "Hi, I'm blank with blankety blank."
Yes, that
service
will kill your ad. Everybody stopped listening, or making a generic statement that applies to nobody.
Yeah. That's your cue to take a bathroom break.
When was the last time you thought about your whatever?
Roof.
It's like, I guess you kind of made me think about it just now, but I also just stopped listening to you at the same time. So
I know what's coming. I know you're about to tell me about your company, right?
Yeah. Land me in
So-
left field. Think about the aliens. A technique for writing that we use around here is called random entry.
Yes.
And it's where you take literally a sentence that somebody else wrote, and you're forced to pick a product before you see that sentence, and the sentence is supposed to be completely random.
Yep. Out of a random book, go off the bookshelf, just find a random sentence
Yeah,
on the page.
it'll be like, don't eat the yellow snow, and you have to connect don't eat the yellow snow to selling
your
selling
attorney.
an
practice.
attorney. Yeah.
Yeah. We
And
do that all the time.
that
Yeah.
will force you to start thinking about things and connecting, dropping people in left field and bringing them back to what you're really selling.
Yes.
And that will make an interesting ad. Not every time is
Yes.
that a perfect ad, but it's a good idea.
Avoid predictability. Okay, number 2. This one's so easy. Like,
Yeah.
just shut up and do it.
Yeah.
Puppies and kids.
Works every time.
Every time, it works every time.
There was actually a local ad in our market that did a pretty good job with this with a kid. I thought it was a little bit long, but it was they had a little kid as the other contractor basically, and it was like little boy or girl toddler with little toys, and they're like banging on the wall and stuff.
I did see that.
And I think it had the right idea. And it's using this principle. And
Yes.
they definitely did not hit it on the nose. Just in the same way that, hey, come call us to
For
fix your
XYZ contractor, yeah.
They definitely started with that. Cute kid. It was a great way to pull it off.
There's thousands of people in that second talking about that kid and that company, and it bonds your long-term recall factor, that emotional experience of just one child or cute animal bonds your brand in a way that can't be done with information. It is.
That's right.
We feel different when we see young faces, right? Instacart probably did the best job with animals, and this is brilliant on so many ways. This actually uses the last principle. We don't know what the reveal is. We don't know what
you don't know what the product is till the last 2 seconds.
Yes. And it was entertaining. Had you on the edge of your seat. Here it is.
Release the hounds.
Puppy monkey baby.
You got the puppies, wiener dogs, my personal favorite.
Jolly Green Giant,
Jolly Green Giant,
Energizer Bunny, Mr. Clean, Kool-Aid Man, Cheetos guy, Chester, right?
Energizer Bunny.
I'm on a porch.
And we finally reveal that it's
All right,
Instacart,
groceries
right?
are here.
Thanks, babe. Get the oatmeal?
Oh, there's the Quaker oatmeal guy. So they definitely use the first principle. We didn't know what was going on, but they had a lot of animals in there, right?
I call that cheating in a
It's
great
cheating.
way.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
because they just spent. I don't know if they ran we just showed a 60. I'm not sure if that was a 60 last night, but if it was, it's probably close to 16 to 20 million dollars to run that one time. But they spent let's say $20 million to capitalize on $1 billion worth of advertising.
Yes.
Because all of those characters, all of those animals, all of those things just
It's more than
recalled.
$1 billion.
It's got to be.
It's more.
Yeah, we're talking about 30 years worth of marketing.
Legacy.
Yeah.
Legacy characters, legacy brand figures.
Yes.
And all endearing ones, right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like the Kool-Aid Man?
Yeah.
Or Chester the Cheeto, right? Or Cheetah, right?
Yeah.
I actually personally loved the Quaker guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was just like childhood memory thing. So
Yeah.
Okay, so they used puppies and kids, but they also employed something bigger, tying in all other elements. Maybe locally you can tie in something that's bigger than you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can put the mayor in your ads. I can think of a ad that we have running that we took this long-standing television personality that's no longer on television in the local news, but we got him to be in an ad. So you're kind of sometimes that's in the endorsement category, and that can be expensive. I can also think of one of the most impactful ads we've done to this day was 8 years ago, and I still hear about it. we literally got letters written in from the community to this client talking about how beautiful and wonderful this ad was. And it was 26 seconds of a granddaughter and a grandma baking a pie together with music, and that's all it was.
Yep.
And we actually filmed it in my grandma's kitchen, which was even cooler for me. But
yeah, that's cool.
But it looked like a grandma's kitchen. It was just baking pies, and then the end reveal was an estate planning company, and it said, "You're going to leave it all to them someday. Make sure they get every penny." Boom.
Simple,
right?
Yep.
So cheat and like really, like you don't have to be all that sophisticated in your writing when you put a puppy or a kid in it. I can also think of Jenny. That's another ad that we still 6, 7, 8 years later get comments about. There's this kid that came in to this little retail store. We put a kid in it, and now there's a dog in it. So, all right, cheat with that. Hey, 3, tie your brand to something bigger.
Yeah.
So you can use, like, fact of the matter is, you probably aren't all that interesting. If you're an everyday brick and mortar business, the nature of what you do is just not all that interesting.
Yeah.
When we talk about the tomorrow customer, we talk about there's years and years and years that go by before the majority of people buy your product. And this is everything from automobiles down to, let's talk about our estate planning, to roofers, to doctors, to like, sometimes these are once or twice in a lifetime purchases, right? And so let's attach what you're doing to something that people do think about more often. I love what Dove did with this, the Keep Her Confident. This would be my personal favorite ad.
Yeah.
That I saw last night.
I had a buddy who was at my house. He does videography as well, and he was like, "This was brilliant," but he's like, "That was probably the cheapest ad to produce of any that ran last night."
Yes,
which is crazy.
Yes,
because it's three shots maybe. I'm sure they did a few more takes, but it's one running shot with a on
with a
gimbal.
graphic.
Yeah, brilliant.
Let's watch it. See the little girl running down the sidewalk. We could go shoot this ad right now. I can think of the neighborhood to go shoot it. That's one shot. That whole ad was one shot of probably a 4-year-old running down the sidewalk. One graphic comes in, one simple piece of text. Our most junior video person here could pull this ad off. It says at 3, these legs are unstoppable. But at 14, she'll think they're unbearable. And then it says 1 in 2 girls
quit sports because of their body type or something
people
like
criticizing their body type.
Yeah.
And let's have a different conversation with our girls.
Yep.
Wow. Right?
Yeah.
So it's a bar of soap, guys. Like, what are we doing here? It's a $6 product at any grocery store. And
I don't even know if, Dove did not spend a lot of time talking about themselves at all. I'm not even sure their name was on the logo.
The very, very end is the name.
Is Dove the word
but
on
then
there?
they have there's their little insignia.
Yeah.
And it's Keep Her Confident. Actually, you know what? It never even says
they
Dove.
never even put the word Dove in there.
What a freaking pro.
How about humility and just knowing that your brand will carry? And
it's not about you.
Yeah. And because they were making, this is almost a PSA, right? And I'm sure I know Dove believes in this. They're doing a lot of things to make that true, but they've made it bigger than themselves. And then they did not bother putting their own name on it.
And they employed principles 1 and 2 as well. They did wait till the end, unpredictable, and then they did kids and puppies,
Yeah.
So that's one way. That's my favorite way. We have some advertisers that spend a lot of money just promoting a cause. And like the subtle thing at the end is that they're maybe wearing their shirt, or maybe you see that it's them in front of their business. But we actually started a whole campaign and got a lot of our advertisers on the cause of hunger just to do that. And I will tell you, those ads, when we run those get a lot more like verbal feedback than some of the others we run, right?
Yeah.
So you can do that with a bigger cause, and I would highly recommend that you do. You could also do it with Harry Met Sally, like the Hellman's commercial. Like they just referenced
your favorite mayo commercial, right?
Yeah, I hate mayonnaise, and I was like, dang it, I like that ad. But just, I mean, they took something that was not big and they tied it to something that was big, right?
Yes.
Movies obviously transcend generations. They transcend any amount of like friction. They're just like things. We had a client in here a few months ago, and we recorded a line. He was talking about Windows, okay? And he said, "Buzz, your Windows, woof," right?
Yeah.
And everybody knows that Home Alone line, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like that will be, I guarantee you, the most popular ad of the whole bunch. Like that will be the one that people talk about.
Yeah.
Years from now, right? So tied to something bigger. Michelob did a little bit different thing. They tied it to pickleball, right? And pickleball is like the biggest thing in America for that demographic right now. The product was an afterthought. And then Hims, hers and Hims, that medicine company, thought there was a little bit of oxymoron here, but they talked about being sick and stuck.
Yeah.
And talked about how the big pharma and big food is making America the sickest nation, and it's time to, kick obesity and yada yada. And so, but they tied what they're doing to something bigger than them, right?
Yeah.
A bigger problem.
Yeah.
So you can do it with a problem, you can do it with a solution, you can do it with just something that's fun like pickleball, but put something bigger than your brand and naturally more magnetic or interesting than you, and you will earn attention.
That'll definitely get you. You'll earn that attention. You'll hold it longer because, it's like Brandon said. The hard truth is people aren't thinking about you. They don't want to
get over yourself.
Think about you. That's fine. They want to think about what they want to think about. And so, right now that might be pickleball, or that might be
probably pickleball.
It's probably pickleball.
Yeah,
I think it's probably the fastest growing sport in America right now. So
go and do likewise.
Yeah.
So there they are. Avoid all that is predictable. Put more puppies and kids in that thing. And tie your brand to something bigger than you. Yeah.
Hey, if you saw a commercial last night that we didn't talk about on the episode today, I'd love for you to drop that in the comments. We love the dialogue in the comments. It's really fun. So grab the link, tag it, drop a comment. We would love to see which ones you thought were the best. Maybe tell us why. You are a small business marketer. I'd love to see what you love. And so we'll engage with you down there. And then also, if you ever have a question about marketing, you can email us at mavenmonday@frankandmaven.com. We'd love to potentially,
help
answer it
right here,
here on an episode. So
hey, you know what? If you got an ad that you're like, make this more like the Super Bowl, we'll put a script together for you.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Yeah, we'll make it. Make it real interesting.
There's people that pay thousands of dollars for that. So. Cool. We'll be back here every Monday answering your real life marketing questions, because marketers who can't teach you why
are just a fancy lie.
Have a great week.